This segment features AI-generated voices of historical figures. These voices have been synthesized using advanced artificial intelligence technologies, mostly based on available historical recordings and data. Please note that these are digital approximations and are used for educational and illustrative purposes only. Welcome to Echo of Superteachers, a journey through time where history comes to life through the voices of those who lived it. I am Daniel Mitos, your guide on this incredible exploration of the past. Today I'm hosting the most incredible superteacher of all, Professor Albert Einstein. So sit back, relax, and prepare to step back in time as history speaks for itself. Even while these voices are AI generated, the emotions and events they describe have shaped the world. Hello, Professor Einstein. Should I call you Professor? I must say I am thrilled to host you on my podcast. It is episode 1, so that means that you are my first guest. I am both excited and honored.
Hello, Daniel. It's a pleasure to be here. You can simply call me Albert if you prefer a less formal approach. I'm delighted to be the first guest on your podcast. Just before we begin, since I can time travel, I have seen the future, and super teachers are all over the place. And I would like to say to you that it is great to know that young minds worldwide can learn and study with the best scientists of all time.
Albert, first, I appreciate that you appreciate my work. Thank you so much. And you also should share part of the credit. You are the super teacher that is doing the work, after all. So, Albert, why don't we begin with your childhood? I am a huge believer in education. It is my instinct to ask about it. Were you a curious child? Could you share about the influences or the experiences in your early life that sparked your interest in physics and mathematics?
Indeed, I was a very curious child. My fascination with science began quite early. A pivotal moment that sparked my interest was when I received a compass from my father at the age of 5. The needle's consistent northward orientation, despite no tangible guide, filled me with a sense of wonder. It compelled me to ponder the invisible forces that govern our universe. Another influential experience was my introduction to mathematics through a family friend, Max Talmud, who provided me books on the subject. One of these was a series of geometry books, which I delved into with fervor, referring to it as my holy geometry book. This early exposure to the logical structure of mathematics laid the groundwork for my later pursuits in theoretical physics.
I really resonate with your story, Albert. Like you, I was captivated by science from an early age. Actually, astronomy was my favorite subject as a child. Actually, what fascinates me the most was your experience with the compass. Your ability to see the magic in the behavior and your drive to investigate further are truly remarkable. By the way, did your parents play a significant role in nurturing your affection for science and exploration?
My parents, though not scientifically inclined themselves, played a significant role in nurturing my curiosity. My father, an engineer, introduced me to the marvels of technical devices, sparking my interest in the forces governing the natural world. My mother, practical and sensible, supported my educational pursuits, albeit from a distance. They provided me the space to explore, to indulge my curiosity, which was crucial for a young mind fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. Their subtle encouragement allowed me the freedom to wander to realms of thought that many children my age might not venture into.
Thank you for sharing that. I actually have some more questions in my notes to ask Albert the child about parenting, but I will save that for the second part of the interview. Albert, your achievements have not only marked significant milestones in science, but have also garnered attention from notable figures and governments worldwide, including the US, of course, and Israel. Out of all of these remarkable accomplishments, which one holds a special place for you? Which achievement are you most proud of?
Among my contributions, the theory of relativity holds a special place. The special theory of relativity, introduced in 1905, reshaped our understanding of space, time, and energy, positing that these entities are interrelated and not absolute. It gave the world the equation E equals mc squared, linking mass and energy in a transformative way. However, it is the general theory of relativity that I consider my greatest achievement. Completed in 1915, this theory describes gravity as a property of the geometry of space and time, or space-time. This profound insight changed our understanding of the universe as gravitational forces. The validation of its predictions during the solar eclipse of 1919 not only brought scientific validation but worldwide acclaim. This theory's ongoing significance in physics and cosmology fills me with a deep sense of pride and accomplishment.
Okay, I have to ask, since you have the unique perspective of someone who can travel through time, which application of your work do you find most fascinating or most valuable?
One of the most fascinating applications of my work is the technology behind GPS systems. GPS relies on precise time measurement that accounts for the effects of both the special and general theories of relativity. Without these adjustments, GPS accuracy would fail. This showcases how fundamental scientific insights can transform into technologies that benefit millions daily.
All right, I absolutely agree that GPS is the perfect example for applications of your work. I have no idea how we could manage without it, even though when I was a child, we still used paper maps to navigate. Albert, you faced numerous challenges throughout your career, from early academic struggles to more profound difficulties of being a Jewish scientist during difficult times in Europe. Could you share more about these obstacles and how they shaped both your personal life and your scientific work?
My early academic life was challenging, marked by a rebellion against traditional teaching methods, fostering a love for independent thought crucial for my scientific work. The rise of anti-Semitism in Europe, particularly during the 1930s, posed severe personal challenges. As a Jewish scientist, I faced significant perils, leading to my emigration to the United States. These experiences influenced advocacy for peace and human rights and shaped my stance on the ethical responsibilities of scientific knowledge.
Well, I can only guess the challenges and feelings that you were facing back then. Uh, you have my sympathy. May I change the subject just a little bit? You have always had a certain charm that seemed to captivate those around you, including many prominent women of your time. Could you share some lesser known stories or insights about your relationships that our audience might find surprising? Or let's phrase it other way, some juicy stuff.
Certainly, my personal relationships have often intrigued many. I have been fortunate to connect with several remarkable individuals, including intelligent and influential women who deeply impacted my life. One lesser-known aspect is my correspondence with Marie Curie, a fellow scientist whose work I respected. We exchanged letters discussing our scientific endeavors and the challenges we faced in our fields, sharing a mutual respect. Another significant relationship was with Elsa, my second wife and cousin, who was a confidante and strong supporter during tumultuous times, especially during our emigration to the United States. These relationships provided me with emotional support and intellectual stimulation, crucial during both my career highs and challenging periods.
Albert, hearing about the personal connections and the emotional bonds that shaped your journey adds a whole new dimension to who you are. Not just a scientific genius, but as a human being. It's a profound reminder that our personal lives and professional paths are deeply intertwined. And actually, as a believer of communities, I feel that companionships and community that we surround ourselves with can define so much of what we achieve. As we come to the end of this conversation, actually, to the end of this episode, we are going to have another one. I have one last question. Looking back on your remarkable journey, what advice would you offer to the scientists of today and to those of us who find inspiration in your work and your unique approach to life and discoveries?
Reflecting on my journey, the advice I would offer to today's scientists and those inspired by my approach is twofold. First, never lose your holy curiosity. Maintain a childlike wonder in the face of nature and the universe. The pursuit of understanding is not merely about obtaining answers, but about exploring the questions. Curiosity drives us not only to learn, but to innovate and challenge the status quo. Second, embrace failure as a teacher. Many of my insights were born from experiments and theories that initially failed or were misunderstood. Each misstep in science is a stepping stone to deeper understanding. It's essential to be persistent, resilient, and prepared to revise your theories in the light of new evidence. Lastly, cultivate a sense of responsibility. As scientists, we wield tremendous power to influence the world. It's crucial to ponder the ethical dimensions of our work and its impact on humanity and the planet. Our endeavors should not only advance knowledge, but also promote the well-being of all beings. By intertwining intellectual rigor with ethical consideration and a boundless curiosity, one can hope to not only achieve scientific breakthroughs, but also contribute positively to the broader tapestry of human life.
Albert, the way you speak about personal connections and emotional bonds that shaped your journey really strikes a chord. It's incredible to think about how much of your brilliance was fueled not just by intellect, but by the relationships and moments that gave your life meaning. It's a reminder to all of us that even the greatest achievements are rooted in something deeply human. And with that, we will pause here for now. This is just halfway point of our conversation, and I'm really excited for what's next. Uh, in episode 2, we are going to dive into what made you who you are. And as a parent, I want to know what made you who you are so I can influence my children as best as I can.